Previously on Deltarune Chapter 5. The Thumb Gang continued to climb up to Flower Castle, in spite of the efforts of Cyan and Seth. Yeah. You should probably know better than to trust Aqua with that. Of all of those that would frustrate you, due to their comparative lack of intelligence, she would probably be one that would provoke your frustration the most, and forcing us into a battle. Right, so mercy will be taken back each time I attempt to make it. So whatever I was hit with the most in the last battle, that is what she'll attack the others here. Avian Hero. I really hope it's not what I think it is. A rubber duck. Is this a joke? What? That's what I want to know. Yeah, others are unreliable. I'm actually surprised you haven't been used to it by now. Ah, non-binary. Wait, isn't this another Photoshop Flowey attack? Yeah, need to keep the HP up. Ultimate move. You're kidding me, right? You're the one who's spinning things around. Okay, so your tactic is leg it. Or rather, get Cyan to help them with it. Oh, so they didn't need the pestle feather after all. Basically, you're saying if they weren't there for him at his worst, they didn't deserve him at his best. There's more at stake here than you know. Okay, now he's in his Undertale attire. Yeah. You were not expecting... Okay, that's new. Clearly, whatever happened, it's taken more of a toll on him than we thought. And he doesn't want Chris to be involved in that. Well, joke's on him. Chris has been involved in this for a few days now. Whether Asgore wanted them to or not. Ooh. That is clearly not standard glass, as it can withstand far greater punishment than Susie can deliver. And she can deliver quite a bit. Oh yes, there's another way in. That's how Chris, or whatever's inhabiting that body along with the Red Soul, got in there in the first place to open the Dark Fountain. Yeah, that is complicated, Susie.
What a predictable creature! Get a chance!
Seemingly two-dimensional.
Ha! What a predictable creature!
Seriously? And how did you get in there? Well, you know this is but terrible as Susie is coming up with an escape plan. What? Okay, it worked. I really hope that this isn't how Asgore sees Chris. So this was... Yeah. So... Seth wanted one of Birdley's feathers. Yeah. More annoyances for Seth, but at least they have the feather Birdley. And that is what Chris made a deal for prior to coming back. Yeah. Well, the key to following Asgore is likely through that door. Well, whatever's beyond the hedges. And it will most likely involve going through the castle. And the other flowers are unlikely to just let Fun Gang do that. Yes. Two of those sound similar to a couple brands of carbonated beverages. With, well, one of them's a couple of letters off, with one letter added. Well, Toby Fox can't call it that. Legal thing.
Flowery. It's me. What a predictable creature. A great style.
Yeah, so much for predicting that. Only monsters and darkness are capable of magic. Humans are not. Well, whatever those are, I have an idea that it'd be a good idea to push them off this. And one of them is still active. And it looks like I'll need to fight this in order to get rid of the last one. And the watering can is what is needed to be able to spare this one. Filling all of those to make them green. Yes, it's not easy to get into the right position and avoid getting hit. And what happens when they're completely full? Cherry blossoms sprout on the head. I have an idea of where they fell. And that is where I need to be going. And this is probably unnecessary. Yes. Push them onto the pressure plates and that opens the way to this pink coin. Oh, come on. It's not as if you are nude. Another pink coin. Right. Now that everything has been picked up so far, time to move on to where I need to go, and Aqua is summoning her giant knife bullet patterns. As if that will make any difference. You really think they wouldn't think of that? And now, for something a little 2D. Well, not as 2D as Flowery, but still pretty 2D.
Hey, boys. Flowers blooms in your heart. Vagina. Mysterious wind. No way, it's your children. Smile again. My king. The boys. Vagina.
I have a suspicion that he knew of the existence of the Dark World. And it was sometime before whatever happened to cause him to lose his job. He certainly knew more than he was saying, and it wasn't something that brought out the best in him. Yes, the shadows here are where they can stand and... Ooh! Pink coin!
Falling!
As for why he's doing research on the Dark World, that is yet to be revealed, but I suspect it will be. At some point during this chapter. Only one of them are humans. Well, one of them is a human, one's a monster, and one's a Darknet. Just did it wrong? Well, what were you expecting them to do? Just get hit? Were you expecting them not to fight back? No, that's not it, is it? Yes, I need to... good. Let's see, need to hit this at the right point. Well, it led to a pink coin, so that makes this detour worth it. It's just that orange lantern that led to a train set incomplete. Seriously? Right, let's keep climbing. Yeah, sadly, your bullets are less than helpful because they can be deflected, they're slow. The Fun Gang is not responsible for other people's stupidity. Or other flowers. Ah, yes. Green. Well, we could see the pattern, so it wouldn't be too hard to figure that out, and it's clear that green is unable to speak. And this flower represents kindness. Is this a joke? Clearly it is. Vulpine detected. Clearly I need to find them. At least 3. So there are others. And there's one of these in the way. I can see why they don't come in pairs, as they're formidable enough solo. Okay, that's 5 in total. Yes. We know how to deal with a Netski. But not this. Well, it got rid of Zeph. Ah yes, 5 of those opens this door and it leads to another pink coin. I probably have enough for that by now. That key in that shop that I found on the way up to the Flower Castle. Whoever's making that shadow puppet is clearly an ally of Seth. Which might lead to another pink coin. So it's worth the detour.
I'm falling!
The Netski is a mix of the Kitsune, a mischievous fox spirit that grows an extra tail every 100 years, and the foxglove flower, which is what the tails of the Netski appear to be. Yes, I know. I'm struggling, but I'm not going to use the hint boards of Flowery. He appears enough without needing any encouragement. I can see a problem here. Nope, that's not going to work. Yeah, it's not quite high enough. It is now. Got there eventually. And now to go through this gauntlet, and I can see a problem here. It needs a tiny modification. Yes, that. Yep, we are indeed back. Or, as a certain former bodybuilder turned actor turned politician would say, I'm back. And yes, I know that was a terrible impression. If you feel free to point that out, please do so. Ah yes, the shadow blades are only where the screens are down. If they're not down, the shadow blades aren't there. Well, Ral says weight, but it's certainly not dead weight. Okay, this could be a problem. And yeah, I need to use the boxing glove bullet pattern. To cause damage to the glasses. Honestly, did they not consider that possibility? And wait, orange is a small mouse. One that appears to have a Napoleon complex. As in, Small individual, big mouth. Although, I'm not sure about that. Because Napoleon Bonaparte being short was just propaganda to make him look ridiculous. He was actually quite average in height. No, you're not human, you're a darkener in the form of a mouse. A mouse that right now is pathetically weak. I mean, you couldn't even cause damage to Rousey, never mind the other two. Well, you are a little chippy. I mean, can you see the size difference? Yeah, let's keep going.